As I relax into this moment, centering myself, I invite you to do the same. I'm focusing on my breath, continuing to relax. And as I do so, I turn over everything that is happening around me to my higher power. To that source of all creation. To love. I trust that everything that is happening around me is being taken care of by the Spirit and source of love within me. All is well. I open to creative solutions. I release my limiting beliefs. I tune into a source of love within me. I welcome the presence of love operating for my highest good. I welcome the light of love into this time and space. All is well. I am guided. I am protected. I am loved. I am safe. All is well. At this moment in time, I give myself permission to feel good. It is okay to feel good right now. I welcome a good feeling vibration right now. In this moment, I can suspend my fears and my disbeliefs and my uncertainty. And I can choose to feel good right now. In this moment, I can turn over all my judgments and angry thoughts. I can turn over my projections of others, of myself, of events. I can turn over my fears. I can choose to feel good right now. I welcome the guidance of the One, the guidance of truth and compassion, to enter into my space right now, to give me inner direction, inner guidance, inner wisdom and joy, inspiration, ideas, offering me support at this time, a feeling of safety, a sense of serenity, a sense of knowing that all is well. Yes, all is well. All is well. I know that the power of love within me is creative and has the power to impact people far beyond my physical sight, far beyond my local experience, far beyond my consciousness. I can see beyond all limitation now. I can see the power of my energy moving through me as I extend love and light to the world. I send love from my heart out to the world. All is well. My positive intentions are creative and have the power to heal. I am creative. My positive thoughts heal my body. My positive thoughts bring light to my family, to my loved ones, to my friends, and to everyone. My positive thoughts bring joy to the world. I have the power to bring more joy to the world. I have the power to be part of the solution. My positive intentions are creative and have the power to heal. I have the power to show up with grace and serenity and bring peace and love just through my presence, through my thoughts, through my actions and my prayers. I am creative. All is well. All is well. I can smile and I can trust. I can know that all is well. That when I am in tune with positive love and positive energy and thoughts of love and more love, I am creating and all is well. When I welcome that creative light, that creative love into my heart, all is well. when I bring forth an attitude of grace, ease, gratitude, and joy, all is well. When I turn into my positive thoughts, positive content, positive stories, all is well. When I allow myself to dream of what is possible, all is well. I trust in the power of my inner wisdom now. All is well. When I trust that my prayers are being heard, all is well. When I trust the power of my intention, all is well. When I trust the power of positive thoughts, all is well. When I trust the power of my stillness, all is well. I can feel the interconnectedness and oneness of all throughout the world, knowing that we are all together as one. There is only one, a union of beings serving and supporting and healing each other, sending thoughts of love to the world, sending the energy of love to the world, sending prayers and stillness to the world, sending light to the world, creating a world that works for everyone and all of creation. All is well. All is well. Namaste.
Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
This is Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation. Before we begin this celebration service, let's all join in and sing our opening song together.
Come and celebrate a new day. Celebrate the beauty of the earth. Come and look at life in a new way. Celebrate the wonder of rebirth. Arise, shine, and see a brand new morning. Arise, shine, we've made it through the night. Arise, shine, it's a brand new day that's dawning. Come celebrate the light. Arise, shine, and see a brand new morning. Arise, shine, we made it through the night. Arise, shine, it's a brand new day that's dawning. Come celebrate the light. Come celebrate the light. Come and celebrate the
What a
light.
glorious Sunday morning. I'm Judy Poteet, a licensed practitioner here at the Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. It's my pleasure to be here with you as we experience this uplifting celebration service together. And throughout this service, if you feel a need for prayer, a prayer and a blessing for you, a family member, or a friend, then please go to our website. Know that licensed spiritual practitioners are deeply committed to supporting you through prayer. 2 practitioners are providing spiritual support right now. We thank Valerie Weiner and Kelly Marshall for holding high watch for each one of us today. And now, let us take a moment to consider this week's affirmation. You may wish to jot it down or take a picture of it and keep it with you as a source of inspiration throughout the week. I will read the affirmation, and then we'll enter into contemplation together, after which I will give the invocation. With conscious awareness of my thoughts, words, and actions, I create my good. With conscious awareness of my thoughts, words, and actions, I create my good.
Spirit flows through me. accept and recognize God in me. Spirit flows through me. Spirit, I am one. Spirit flows through me. I accept and recognize God in me.
Yes, Spirit flows through me so completely. And that Spirit is creative. Giving me the courage to create a beautiful world for myself and for all of creation. I'm so grateful to be here at this time in this space, to be tuning in to Spirit, to God within me, to that love, that creative energy, dynamic power, love, peace, joy, beauty. It's all here within me. And so I open that door to creativity. I swing it wide, the door of my heart, of my being, of my inner wisdom, and that knowing that we are here to celebrate, each and every one of us. Celebrate life, celebrate love, celebrate joy, celebrate the creative power and intelligence of the one life, the one love. And so knowing that we are all here, hearing what we need to hear, that we are all present with the knowing that we are one with the source, that there is no separation. We can see love, we can see peace, we can see our good. In gratitude for this time we have together, and knowing that truly all is well, I simply say, and so it is.
Spirit flows through me. Spirit, I am one. Spirit flows through me. I accept and recognize God in me.
There are times in my life when I am stronger than I've ever been. There are times in my life when I believe I can do no wrong. There are moments when yes, I can believe I am shining brighter. Well, sister, stand up. Believe in all that you can be. Brother, remember who you are. Be strong, never take it away from you. Be strong, live your life with passion. You've got to keep on and hold tight to your vision. There are mountains to climb, more songs to sing, and tears to be cried. There'll be moments of loss, moments of winning, in a lifetime of love. If I just keep in my mind, without any doubt, that I'm flying higher. Sister, stand up, believe in all that you can be. Brother, you got to know who you are. Be strong, hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can never take it away from you. Be strong, live your life with passion. You've got to keep on and hold tight to your vision. This is the moment to rise up. You know the sun's coming out, your new life starting now. Can't keep you down, your spirit's rising. Oh, be strong, hold tight to that vision, 'cause no one can ever take it away from you. Be strong and live your life with passion. You got to keep on and hold tight to, surrender to the shining through your vision, your vision.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday morning gathering. My name is Reverend Laura Hallett, and it's my pleasure to be the spiritual leader of the Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, located here in Southern Nevada. I want to thank each and every one of you who's joining us live this morning. Thank you for getting up and tuning in with us as we broadcast this service. We'd love to hear from you as you're watching, so please take a moment and check in on our chat. And for those of you that are viewing this service at a later time, thank you for spending a little bit of your day with us. For those of you that may not be familiar with us, we are an open and loving community here that values diversity and inclusion, empowerment and responsibility. We teach life-affirming principles and practices that allow you to actually live that authentic life that your soul is desiring. So before we begin today, I'd like to spend a moment in gratitude to all our beloved individuals who make it possible for us to bring this service to you. Our practitioners, our media team, our leadership council, and all of the wonderful volunteers, friends, and members who so lovingly give of themselves and make all of this possible for you each week. Our theme for this year is building a community. Each month we're looking at a different quality that is essential in the well-being of any healthy community. And so for the month of January, we focused on freedom. And as we enter into the month of February, we are shifting to ideas of creativity. Each month is anchored in a Science of Mind principle, our philosophy created by our founder, Ernest Holmes. This month, the principle comes to you from one of his most popular books, This Thing Called You. You exist that divine feeling, fire, imagination, and creativity may be expressed through you. The Spirit comes to you with a new and fresh creativity. You need not ask what others have done or how they have done it. Be yourself and express life as you find it. Never imitate. Trust the self. Find the self in God and the God in the self. Each one of us is an outlet of the expression of the divine. And the beautiful thing about that is that the divine shows up in infinite variety. We are all a place where the creative flow of that love intelligence that has brought forth everything into existence is bringing itself forth in the most amazing and ordinary ways. Each one of us is a conduit for the flow of that creative love intelligence. And because of this, I think that we sometimes make creativity out to be something that has to be grandiose, something that has to be super spectacular and new and innovative. And we think that in order to be creative, it has to be big, spectacular. It has to be something that the world has never seen before. And I think that all of that builds up in our mind and our consciousness about what we think creativity should be, that sometimes it makes us afraid to even try to be creative. So my talk this week is called The Courage to Create. I think it takes a lot of courage to create, but not because creating is so hard or it has to be so big, but because of all of the ideas and beliefs that we have built up around this idea of being creative. One of my favorite books of all time is written by author Elizabeth Gilbert. She's best known for her book, Eat, Pray, and Love. But I find her book written on creativity is one of the most powerful things I've ever read. Her book, Big Magic, is subtitled Creative Living Beyond Fear. And she begins her book by asking a question that she was given early on in her career by one of her professors. Do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? Do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? Elizabeth Gilbert goes on to make the statement that this is the single question upon which all creative living hinges. You see, the divine creative loving intelligence has placed within us, in every single one of us, a treasure that's waiting to be expressed, a hidden jewel. And the search for that treasure, the willingness to look for it in the first place, is what Elizabeth Gilbert says separates the mundane existence from a more enchanted one. You see, we didn't come here to play small. We didn't come here to be mundane. We came here to allow that divine expression of spirit to move through us. That force that created everything did not spend its time and energy bringing us into existence so that we could live an unfulfilled life. This is the very reason that we create. It is the very reason that we are creative, and that everything we do is an act of creation. In his book, The Philosophy of Ernest Holmes, our founder actually asked and answers this question. Why do we create? Unless we live creatively, we die, because there is an irresistible desire to express life. That's how fundamental and profound it is. Unless we live creatively, we die. Now again, the act of creating does not have to be something that has never been seen before, something that sets you above all others, something through which others can't help but be in awe of you. Because you see, that's a very scary idea. Thinking that anything I create has to be earth-shattering or profound, well, that's darn right scary. And who am I to think that I am that great, or that I am that important, that the divine spirit put that idea in me to bring it forth? In her beautiful quote, Marianne Williamson speaks to this very idea. She asks, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God, and your playing small does not serve the world. This is what we've come here to be and to do, is to be that place through which spirit shows up. But it's our fears that hold us back from creating the life that acknowledges and honors the gifts that have been bestowed upon us. But creativity and fear are born at the same time. That creative spark, that brief blast of inspiration, it floods our consciousness, and riding the wave of possibility that exists in that flash, exists right there and then, our old inner friend, fear. And so our natural inclination would be to want to get rid of the fear, to eliminate it totally out of our life, and not give it a place to operate in our experience. It's only natural that we would want to get rid of it. But we here at Centers for Spiritual Living have a saying that goes like this: what you resist, persist. And so every time we try to battle our fears, every time we engage in eliminating our fears, every time that we try to overcome them in some way that takes them out of our experience, we find that they're still attached. And they're often manifesting themselves in other ways besides that creativity. So when we're trying to resist it, when we fight it and we battle it, sometimes it becomes more of a thing than it was in the first place. And when it comes to our creative expression, I believe that it's important that we begin to build a space within our consciousness where that fear of what might happen and that creativity, that infinite possibility that is existing right there, where these two things can begin to coexist. This is a place where fear is there, but it's not inhibiting the expression of what's wanting to come through us. It's right there with it. And there may be a little bit of trepidation, but sometimes that force of fear can be an impetus to move us to the next level of our expression. Elizabeth Gilbert has a fabulous way of describing how she allows fear and creativity to coexist whenever she's engaging in a new endeavor. She calls it the road trip. And in her book, Big Magic, she has a letter that she has written to fear about the next upcoming road trip. She's inviting fear to join her in creativity as they embark on their journey. Let me share just a little bit of that with you. It's so well written. There is plenty of room in this vehicle for all of us, so make yourself at home. She's speaking to fear. But understand this: creativity and I are the only ones who will be making any decisions along the way. I recognize and respect that you are part of this family, and so I will never exclude you from our activities, but still, your suggestions will never be followed. You're allowed to have a seat, and you're allowed to have a voice, but you are not allowed to have a vote. You are not allowed to touch the road maps. You are not allowed to suggest detours. You are not allowed to fiddle with the temperature controls. Dude, you are not even allowed to touch the radio. But above all else, my dear old familiar friend fear, you are absolutely forbidden to drive. What a wonderful way of expressing this idea of bringing fear along, but not allowing it to control you. You know, fear almost always shows up when we're trying anything innovative. It doesn't matter what that thing is. It could be cooking or redecorating your house. It could be an artistic endeavor or something that you're trying to write. Fear is always triggered by creativity because creativity asks us to step into the unknown. And if we spend too much time resisting our fear and not taking that step into the next great expression, we inhibit our creativity. Overcoming our fear is essential to allowing us to create. But overcoming doesn't mean that we have to eliminate it altogether. We can invite it along on the ride, give it a space to be, compartmentalize it, if you will. But don't get caught up in what fear is dictating to us. The other thing that has a tendency to inhibit our creative expression is getting caught up in what the end product is going to be. Creativity is so woven throughout all of our lives and all the different aspects of our lives. And if we focus too much on what that end product of any creative endeavor is going to be, we are dealing with that idea of perfectionism. And perfectionism can inhibit us in so many ways. Can you imagine what your life would feel like if every single thing in it had to be absolutely perfect? You know, there are things that we love to do in our lives that we really want to be perfect. Things that are so meaningful to us and to the people that we're creating them for, that we want everything to be just right. And I know that there are many, many people who spend countless amounts of time and energy living in that idea that everything has to be perfect. I can't imagine how exhausting that must be. But how would it be if we could more easily and more readily embrace the idea that the process was much more important than the outcome? What if we allowed ourselves to engage in, to actually spend our precious life energy doing, if we weren't worried about failing? What would our life be like if we weren't afraid of the outcome of anything that we started? I once read somewhere that done is better than good, and I really had a hard time with that because I grew up thinking that it had to be done and good. This changed for me, I guess about 6 years ago now, when I took up the practice of pottery. You see, I don't know anyone who's ever spent much time on a potter's wheel and ever thought that the piece that they had just created was absolutely perfect. Because you see, as the wheel is spinning and you actually feel the clay moving beneath your fingers, you instantly sense those places where the pot is thicker or thinner, where you can see that maybe the walls are just a little bit weaker, and you can instantly feel where the pot is just a little bit off balance. Because of that fast circular motion there of the clay, it is so easy to feel the imperfections in the clay wall, in the pot that you're creating, the piece you're creating. But pottery, if you spend too much attention on those places that you feel are not perfect, well, that's when utter chaos ensues and you end up with a pile of mud on your wheel. We can't try to make it absolutely perfect as long as we're in the process of creating it. Making a pot a little more perfect, removing some of those imperfections, happens after the clay has become dry and we start to trim the pot on the wheel. Then you can begin to fine-tune those places. But when you're in the process of creating that pot in the first place, you cannot focus too much on the perfection of it. It will not work. At least it hasn't in my experience of it. And I've wound up with a lot of flumps on the pottery wheel because of that. But when I focused on getting the pot to approximately the height and the width and the shape that I was looking for, the vision that I had in my mind when I started, I was generally quite satisfied when it was done. In fact, having a done pot on a pottery wheel is a very, very satisfying experience. And it doesn't matter whether anyone else thinks it's good or not. When we persist in trying to eliminate our fears, we find more fears. When we persist in trying to make something perfect, we find more imperfection. But when we persist in completing our act of creation, we find something amazing. We find a creative life. And as Elizabeth Gilbert says near the end of her book, a creative life is an amplified life. It is a bigger life, a happier life, an expanded life, and a heck of a lot more interesting life. Living in this manner, continually and stubbornly bringing forth the jewels that are hidden within you, is a fine art in and of itself. Because creative living is where big magic will always abide. And so let's take this into prayer, into our spiritual mind treatment, and see what unfolds as we open up ourselves to the impress of Spirit. So I invite you to just turn within. I do that by closing my eyes and feeling my breath moving through my chest. And so I know that right here and right now, there's only one thing happening. It is the action and the activity of the divine. It is that creative love intelligence that has brought forth everything into experience. It is that isness and allness and fullness and wholeness of life, creatively expressing itself in new and wondrous ways. It is the breath that is moving through each aspect of this life. It is all that is. And because I know that there is only this one thing, I know that I am one with it. That creative love intelligence resides right at the very heart of my being. It has brought me forth into existence to be a place through which it shows up. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for each and every person. That we are all that channel for that creative flow of energy, moving itself into expression in, through, and as each one of us, in perfection, in wholeness, in unique and amazing ways. And so knowing this, I speak my word of truth. I know that right here and right now, each one of us is a divine channel for the creative expression of spirit to move itself into fruition right here and right now. I know that each one of us is opening ourselves up in greater and greater ways to allow the impress of spirit and for us to allow it to be that creative expression of our lives. It is what we are here for. It is why we were brought to earth. In this time, in this place, in this way, as this person, we are absolutely perfect and divinely orchestrated to be that place through which God shows up. And I just give great thanks for this knowing. I'm so grateful to feel it. I'm so grateful to see it happening in our community. I'm so grateful to know that this is the truth. And I release this word into the law, into that creative mind of spirit that always says yes. I let it go and I let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Here at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, we are a mission and vision-driven community. We offer transformative educational opportunities, deep and meaningful moments of connection, uplifting Wednesday and Sunday services. We greatly appreciate your contributions that support the amazing work we're doing here in Southern Nevada. We have several easy ways you can contribute. We have text to give. Simply text the amount of your donation to our text to give number and you'll be prompted to enter your information. There's a link to our online donation page posted below this video where you can contribute by debit or credit card. And of course, you're always welcome to send a check to our office if that works better for you. All of your contributions go to support the great work that we're doing here in Greater Las Vegas community.
Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry. You just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. You just come on in. Come on in and sit down. Yeah, I saw you peeking through the window. I bet you're wondering just what's going on, so quit your sneaking around. This is where you belong. And open up the door now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry. You just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. Yeah. Now did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you catch yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body
thank our musical guests that inspire and uplift us each week with their talent. And we also thank you for your generous gift in support of our center. We remain committed to serving you. Centers for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas continues to provide enriching services, transformative classes, and powerful opportunities for connection within our community. Be sure to watch the announcements at the end of today's service for what's coming up in the weeks ahead. Now, let's join together in a closing song before our benediction.
Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit, thank you for my friends. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friends. Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. Thank you for this life, Spirit, thank you for this life. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. My wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit, thank you for this day. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day.
Well, just a few brief announcements before we finish up our time together. Make sure to join me on Thursday mornings for Keeping It Real. This is an opportunity I take in taking what I've talked about on Sunday mornings and putting it into real and practical application in your lives. So it's short little clips on real ways of using what we talk about here. So I hope you join me on that. You can find it on our YouTube channel, and we usually share it on our Facebook page too. So look for those announcements. We have 3 different book studies that are going on right now that you're welcome to join. We have one that begins on February 13th. That's a Monday evening. These are all held on Zoom. This one is our Discerning Spirit Book Club, and the book that they are using is Jump and Your Life Will Appear, written by Nancy Levine. This book study is hosted by our practitioner, Karen Dunphy, and you can sign up for that on our website. We also have the Infinite Way book study with practitioner Justin Vogel and Kelly Marshall. This is on Tuesday nights. You can go ahead and still join with that. The book is called The Infinite Way, and so it's based on the work of Joel Goldsmith. And so this is the second book study offered by Justin and Kelly. So make sure that you join that if you're interested. And the other one that's available is Surviving Storms by Mark Nepo. This is on Wednesday nights. I facilitate it. All of these, again, are offered on Zoom. You can sign up for all 3 of them on our website. Just go ahead and register, and you'll be sent the link for that. We also have our monthly supper club coming up. This month, it's going to be on Thursday night instead of Tuesday night, because this Tuesday night, we are going to the County Commission building to get the approval of our special use permit for our new building. So on Thursday, February 9th, we're going to be at the Oha Japanese restaurant on North Pecos Road. Information is on our website, and you can sign up there to receive more details about that. And finally, on February 26th, this is a Sunday, at 11:30 a.m. online, we will have our annual membership meeting. We will start promptly at 11:30, so make sure that the room will be open at 11 for you to join us. But we will, again, start promptly with our call to order at 11:30. Should last about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, to do our annual meeting for this. This is part of our requirements from our bylaws, and it's your opportunity to exercise your rights as members for our community. So if you are a member, you're an official member signed up with us, you will receive an email about that. I think you probably already received the first one. And all the details will be in there for that, and we'll continue to announce it until Sunday the 26th. Have a beautiful week, everyone. Find a way to be creative. You know, it doesn't have to be making a grand piece of art or writing a new book. There are so many ways in our lives that we can be creative. Be creative through the ways that you exercise. Be creative through the food that you eat. Be creative with the relationships that you have. Find a way to express yourself creatively, because that's what you're here for. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
The monthly publication, Science of Mind magazine, is a treasure to be read and contemplated. Along with in-depth articles, there is a day-to-day spiritual support to be gleaned from its daily guides. Licensed practitioner Lynn Frankenberger hosts Adventures in Faith on Zoom, and you're invited to join in. This is a weekly group discussion that focuses on those daily guides and how to apply them. Check Facebook and our weekly newsletter for more details.
Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real, keeping it real. Keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
CSL Greater Las Vegas brings you much of your favorite spiritual music every Friday at 7 p.m. with Spiritual Soundscapes. Enjoy performances from CSLGLV vocalists along with special guest singers. It's music for your soul. Subscribe to the CSLGLV YouTube channel to get a convenient link sent to you for each musical performance. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.